Okay, so any moment now this will start printing. Hopefully we get a better result than these. Within the Cura settings, I've changed the flow rate to 90 something percent, so I just want to see if that fixes it up. And I had also fixed the Z height. I'm not getting much laid down at the moment, so I've probably still got a Z height that's probably wrong. Yep, significantly wrong. No, in fact my extruder is going the wrong way. So we'll stop that. So just a note on the reason my extruder was going the wrong way. Originally I had my extruder cables all turned around the other way, and in fact my Z still is, but that's another story. And what I had done is changed in the firmware for reverse direction, and when I put these back in after deconstructing earlier and putting all in the case correctly, I've put the cables around the other way but haven't changed my firmware settings, and completely forgot that I had to do that for the extruder as well. So again, just wait for this to heat back up. So something to note as this was heating up, the problem I've noticed with the Repetia software, I need to make some adjustments to this. If the temperature is a certain amount higher than what the software or what the firmware expects while it's heating up, in other words, you try to do one print immediately after the other, it immediately fails and it thinks it's a decoupling of the thermistor. So yes, the fix for that is you either have to wait for it to cool down or change the value, I think, to more than the default is 12 seconds. So if it hits 12 seconds and realizes that the temperature is not where it expects it would be, is when it gives that. So we'll start this one again. Luckily for me, the airflow I've got coming from this fan, which as you can hear is not all that noisy, is quite good at cooling down, which is definitely good for stopping any intra-heat break or internal heat break cooling of the filament and blockages. And just also a note with the diamond head, normally what you need to make sure of is that there's filament in all three extruders. The only reason these have got nothing coming out at the moment is I learnt that the hard way, and these two, actually this one here isn't, but this one here is blocked further down. I need to unblock it. This one actually has some filament just within reach, so that if I put some Bowden in and some filament, it will clear out. And it's just because I don't have extra extruder motors ready or Bowden tube that these are just not there, because this hanging out of here going to nothing was annoying the hell out of me. But needless to say, I'm still able to use one extruder at the moment, because the other two are blocked as they normally should be. So this is probably an appropriate temperature now for me to start the print back up, and the decoupling error shouldn't come up. So this is almost ready to go now. Got a nice stream of filament just oozing through. Let's see what happens. Just realised I'm leaning on the plate again. So that's a complete disaster. Let's stop that one and start again. In fact, I didn't start again. I realised it was just the brim that had failed as a result of my leaning. Going out of focus. So we can see at the moment I'm able to get that to rise up just with the pressure on it from the Bowden and the tube, so it's staying well out of the way. Good movement everywhere else. I still need another rod for this Y-axis, so this is just hanging loose at the moment. Apart from that, the multi-level X and Y gears working well. The print I did the other day, that belt there was a little bit loose as well, so I've since tightened that up. Overall, it's not too noisy either. This fan's not, I can barely hear that one at all. I think the main noise gets transferred just due to the mass as well. We're probably hearing a fair bit of this from the fact that one's actually warm, so just like I did with the extruder motor. Can't quite see there. I've put a heatsink on the back of that and a fan, so I'm definitely going to have to do that for that one. That one's quite warm. That one's not so bad. It's doing the same movements too, so it could just be... in fact they are, the two different motors. This one here came out of the A-net. Whereas that motor there was a different knee mud that I bought separately, which is, so this one here is from the A-net. In fact, most of these are from the A-net because I used the new set that I bought, being those ones there, to replace the A-net ones. So definitely finding that they're just not handling the heat quite as well. Look, there's the print going. I cannot see it. Not too bad. And I think I mentioned earlier the extruders. So the spool and extruder's not going to sit at the back there like that. I'll likely move them to the front here for easy access. That's just convenient while I'm doing these test prints. So at the moment we're at, this is a 5mm by 20 circle, quick test. So we're at 4.2mm at the moment. I did get a fair bit of noise out of the steppers and you should notice the tape in here at the moment. These couplers unfortunately don't quite fit the screws, so I've had to use that, and one of them in fact doesn't even fit the motor. I've made a shim to fit in that, but everything's gripping quite well. That's just gaffer tape jammed in there, and there's pretty much zero chance that's going to come undone. So this is actually doing the last layer now. And something I love about just the default of the Repetier normally is that if I do it from within Repetier host, it will home. So I just need to, I've printed this one from Octoprint, so just need to change some G codes in that. And that one's not too bad. I think that'll just come straight off. So how does that compare? Whatever you do, don't look at the brim. That is terrible. That was my bad. Not too bad. Just going to have to see if I can find the verniers to. There we go. That's better. So the layering is not too bad. I'll keep in mind, I think when I did this in SketchUp also, it's the default of there. You can see the that's a layer height line for sure. Sorry, layer change line. Pretty sure I did this in 24 parts as opposed to 60 to make that a more of a circle. So something that gets me is on all of these, including the one where I thought it was digging in, there's this line here. I'm going to have to have a look at why that line appears. It's almost like it goes back down a layer right at the end. Anyway, not too bad considering this is completely scratch built, and there'll be some adjustment to follow. Okay, so after that print, I've grabbed the vernier calipers. Let's zero that, and something you'll notice is that is near perfect. It's a bit hard to hold the camera and do that. Let's see if we can do it this way. Where is it? So pretty much most of the way around. Oops, it's 19 because I've slipped off. We're getting around the 20 mark. So considering it's 20 by 5 mil, it looks like I've got my X and Y axis right, and if I'm to believe that, my Z's fine too. Alright, let's get going some more. And here's something else I just manufactured. No, just kidding, this was done last night. Oh yeah. This is a what we call a blazing saddles. Secret family recipe. Bye bye.